Ave Regina, Mater misericordiae, vita dulcedo, estes nostra salve.
The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew. Jesus said, "Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, you hypocrites! You are like whitewashed tombs, which appear beautiful on the outside, but inside are full of dead men's bones, every kind of filth. Even so, on the outside you appear righteous, but inside you are filled with hypocrisy and evil doing. Woe to you, scribes, you Pharisees, you hypocrites! You build the tombs of the prophets and adorn the memorials of the righteous. And you say, if we had lived in the days of our ancestors, we would not have joined them in shedding the prophets' blood. Thus you bear witness to yourselves that you are the children of those who murder the prophets. Now fill up what your ancestors measured out." The Gospel of the Lord. You know, when I read this early this morning, I was kind of saying to myself, yeah, Jesus, get those jerks. And then I started reflecting on this. I was thinking, a whitewashed tomb. It reminds me of how on the outside I try to make an appearance, an impression, so that I can be likable, so that I can show people that I'm trying to be a good priest. I want to be holy. And yet if I take a look on the inside, I deal with my passions that are sometimes out of order. I deal with anger. I smile at people, but at the same time I could also be making a mental judgment and assessment of who I'm talking to and how they are. The inside and the outside don't always reconcile themselves. It's a sign of the disorder of sin. It's the desire in our hearts to be who God created us to be. But at the same time, there's that disorder. And so what happens is, there's this person who comes out sometimes who's not really me. The word hypocrite has roots in a Greek word that means actor. And so sometimes I wonder, am I acting like a priest or am I a priest? Am I really down deep inside someone who is this vile that Jesus is castigating? And then we have to take a look for a minute. The truth of who we are. How did God make us? He made us in His image. The actor is what somehow is seduced by a lie that makes us behave and act as someone we are not. And that truth is obvious because when I'm all the things that go against Christ, something really bothers me inside. I know that's not right. I know it's not who I am. And I was thinking this morning, I was reminded of the first reading from the letter to the Thessalonians. As you know, we treated each one of you as a father treats his children, exhorting, encouraging, and insisting that you walk in a manner worthy of God. And I was thinking of how much my parents invested in bringing me up. And I was thinking about how, especially as an adolescent, this probably never happened to you, but you go through these phases in adolescence where you don't have a handle on your emotions, so you don't always act properly because of them, but that's not who you really want to be. And so a phrase like from your parents comes out of their mouth like something like, you know, when is the old Mo going to come back? The one that I gave birth to. Because that's not the truth of who I am. But that father image really struck me because, see, God is our loving Father. God is the one who created us. God is the one who made us beautiful, noble, filled with goodness, all this in his image and likeness. And every once in a while, we reduce ourselves to the base desires and a nature that somehow we act on because of all the corruption of sin. But thank God for Jesus Christ, who died on the cross for us. Thank God for Jesus Christ, who, in the words of St. Paul, wants to create in us a new man. Thank God for Jesus Christ, who covers us with his mercy, humbles us with the reality of our sin, and then offers us redemption. Thank God for Jesus Christ, who becomes truly present, body, soul, and divinity in the Eucharist, so that when we yield to him, he can completely invade and infuse our hearts, so that our souls can become the beauty and the reflection of who he is, and that beauty so bright that our exterior is no longer something that's white on the outside, but a beauty that radiates from the interior of the light of Christ.
Regina Celi, let